Hey witches, welcome back to my channel. This is Wordy Witch Writes and I'm your host Deidre. Today I thought I would give you a little look into my writing routine and how I fit it in with a busy work schedule. So right now it is 5:30 in the morning. I've been up since 5. I get up every single morning at that time. Not every single morning, every single work morning to make sure that I have at least 30 minutes of writing time. A couple things that I do to make sure that between the 5, I usually get into my chair 5:25, 5:30 to make that go smoothly. I take my shower the night before, mostly just because I don't like to use heat dry on my hair, so it's another thing I do is I let my hair dry over the night, and it's still drying this morning. I pre-make my lunches, my breakfast and my lunches to take to work, so all I have to do is get them out of the fridge and put them in my lunchbox. I set out my clothes and I make myself get dressed. I used to not. I would just come in here and write in my pajamas, but I found it really hard to get into a groove then, but for some reason putting on my clothes really helps me focus in and figure out, I don't know, it activates something in my brain. There's probably a science, I don't know what it is. It's just something that I found that works for me. And then I don't really worry about much else. My dogs go outside, come back in, and then I make myself coffee. So I have my coffee for work already sitting in my tumbler next to my lunch bag. And then I have a cup for me to drink while I work. And then I just come in here and I shoot to get between 750 and 1,000 words. And I just sit and I write. This is still the same story that I was writing a couple weeks ago. I said that I was going to be done last week, but every time I sit down to write, I add in another scene that I think is going to make the ending a little bit make more sense. So I'm currently at 53,000 words, to be exact, 53,096 words. So I'm going to try to add about 1,000 words. I'll probably be closer to 750 this morning because I'm talking to you, but and then this weekend I will be finishing it. I'm also going to show you guys, this is a long day for me at work because I have rehearsal after school. So I go to school, I get there I have to be there from 7:15 to 3:45 on a normal day, and today I'll stay an extra 2 hours for rehearsal with my students, but it is my last rehearsal before break, so that's exciting. And my students are doing very, very well. They're already putting their scripts down to the side. Some of them aren't even using their scripts anymore, which is amazing for high school students to already be going off script, so I'm very proud of them. But a lot of them are sick, so I don't know how rehearsal's gonna go today. I did tell them to get sick over break, so at least they're listening. And tomorrow I'll come back this evening and I'll show you, I'm starting to plan a bigger plan for draft 2, and then, or not draft 2, book 2 in this series, and then this book is going to go away, but I'll talk more about that. I need to get to writing because I only have so much time before I have to continue getting ready for work. So let's write. Okay, I'm done writing. So I wrote 764 words, which is pretty good considering I had to make this video, which cut into my recording time a little bit, but that's fine. I felt pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm building a relationship between two characters. They're gathering stuff they need for the final spell. The final spell should be happening in the next couple of days, and then I have a perfect end scene already in mind, so I will definitely have this novel done. On my calendar it says I have to have it done by Saturday, so that was my original goal. I could have been done last week, but I keep adding, like I said. So I'm gonna go get ready for work. I actually journal now for a little bit. I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then I do some daily affirmations, and then I plan out my tasks for the day. Then I feed my dogs, then I finish getting ready for work, and I get into my car at 6:50, 6:55, and I head to work. To get there, I have to actually leave a little bit earlier because I have hall duty this morning before the school day starts. So, oh, Spike is back there taking a nap. How cute. And then I'll come back here. I have rehearsal, like I said, and then so I'll see you guys after dinner probably tonight. So probably 7:30 or so, and I'm going to talk to you about things I like to do in the evenings when I get home from work, just to keep my schedule moving forward. So hopefully I'm not exhausted when I see you guys again. All right, it is the evening. It's actually 7:46 the same day, Wednesday. I had rehearsal and I got home just before 6. Had dinner, I did dishes, and I was about to come in here, and then I remembered that I signed up at work to do a chili cook-off competition. And so I have spent the last hour attempting to make green chili, which I burned something and had to start all over, so I'm tired, but I want to work on this evening is outlining. I'm going to try this card method. Something I'm going to try to do, we don't have any plans next week. Chris has to work, but I'm off all week, and I don't even know what we're doing. It's Thanksgiving break. I don't even know what we're doing for Thanksgiving. My siblings are all going to their various in-laws, it sounds like, so it just might be my mom, Chris, and I hanging out. I don't know. We'll see. But I want to do a challenge because I wrote those 8,000 words. If you haven't seen that video, it'll be linked below. But I wrote those 8,000 words in one day, and I was wondering, I'm trying to decide, I feel like I could challenge myself. Right now, I'm just happy if I write 1,000, but that's when I'm working. I'm going to be off, and I want to enjoy a day or two to relax. But I also know that if I could get a serious jump start on book 2, that puts me closer to writing book 3 and then editing book 1. And then once book 3 is done and book 1 is edited, I can edit book 2, and then I can edit book 3, and then I can start finding beta readers and then finding all that other stuff. These books I want to come out next year. I'm hoping for a May or June release with the first one. And so the sooner I get that done, it's just all kind of spiraling through my head. I haven't been sleeping well, and I think it's because I've been thinking about this stuff. So I'm hoping that maybe if tonight I sit and I think about it. And so I'm going to just maybe plan out what I want on each of the cards today. And then I think tomorrow, I don't have rehearsal. I don't have rehearsal for 12 days. I'm super excited. My students are doing an amazing job. But I really just need a break from them. If you have children, you understand. For a little bit on those scene cards. I'm not sure about what I have included on them. Those are all very important elements. I think I need to decide, obviously I need to know the setting, I need to know the conflict, I need to know the characters that are in it, But not every scene is going to have a clue. Not every scene is going to have a red herring. Every scene should have a character arc, and I think I need to figure out those character arcs before I continue filling out the cards. But I think I'm on the right track. I feel really good about where I'm at. I'm at 8:20 now. I worked on most of Act 1. I only showed you part of it. You'll have to read the book to see what happens. And when it comes out, which I will let you know when it comes out. So I think what I'm going to do now is just kind of go relax. I have a glass of wine. Maybe I'll go read Fourth Wing for a little bit. Then I'm going to shower, make sure all of my stuff is set up so I have an easy morning. One more wake up, and then I'm done. I'm on break for 10 days, which is going to be super exciting. Much needed little break from work. I'm going to definitely think more about my challenge. I like making challenges for myself in writing. I want to make it challenging enough that I have to push myself, but not so much that I'm ruining my break by working too hard. So, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, and I got an email from a woman who wants to interview me for an editing job, so I have to get that set up for Friday. I have to finish my edit that's due on Saturday. I have about 20,000 more words, so it's a copy edit, so it's really not as, I have 3 days to get 20,000 words done, so I'll be good, I know on that. And so I think it's just more, I'm tired, I did too much today. But in the morning, a little later, this morning has been rough. I didn't sleep well at all. I had a really bad dream that woke me up around 3:30. And I probably should have just stayed up, but I tried going back to sleep. And I think I just kind of drifted in and out. It's been fine. Made the green chili last night. It smells really good. It's really spicy, beyond my level, but I think it has good flavor, so maybe I'll win. That'll be exciting. I doubt it though. I'm sure everybody else has just as good of a green chili recipe. So I'm here this morning and I need to write. I don't want to, but I'm going to make myself do something and we will see. I'm not going to probably record this because I'm just not feeling it. But if I only wrote when I felt like it, I would not have a 53,000 novel sitting in front of me. So I have exciting news. I finished draft 1. Yay! I actually finished it yesterday. I got up at my normal time. It's Saturday. I think the last time we talked was Thursday morning. It's now Saturday morning, 9 a.m. And yesterday I woke up at my normal time. Well, Spock woke me up at my normal time. He's like my little kitty alarm clock, and if I'm 5 minutes up late, he's like, "You're gonna be late. You gotta feed me, lady." Which he has food out all the time, but I don't know. He's a good little alarm clock. So I got up and I actually stuck with my routine, and I came in and I wrote 4,000 words, and I ended up finishing draft 1 by I think 9 o'clock or so. It was pretty early. I was surprised that I got it done. It was about 4,000 words that I had left, so my novel ended up being 57,996 words, but we're going to round that up to 58 just for discussion's sake. So I wrote that novel in 6 weeks, I'm going to say, which is awesome. It means that I stuck with my weekly goal of 8,000 words, and that snow day that I had, where I did that video, and I'll link it down here below. Or over in somewhere, there'll be a link if you want to watch that video. I wrote for an afternoon, and I wrote 8,000 words in that afternoon when it was just snowing like crazy outside. That caught me up on a couple of weeks that I fell behind on that goal, so it was really exciting to see this end. I'm not happy with the ending. I woke up this morning thinking about all the things that I should have ended. I'm terrible at endings. I don't know about you guys, what is your weakness? Like, put it in the comments below. What's your weakness in your writing? Like, is it plot? Is it character descriptions? Is it dialogue? Mine is endings, and also, like, writing enough imagery when I'm introducing locations. So I've really been working on that. But I woke up this morning thinking about all the things that I should have added, but I'm in that stage. I'm an author that I don't go back and look at my draft. I want to, like, remove myself from it completely. So when I go back and edit, like, it's kind of fresh to me, and I'll go through that process in another video when I do edit draft 1. I'll probably do 3 edits on this book before I send it to an editor. Again, a different video. I'm just really excited that it's done. And so then after I did that, I had a client's work that I was supposed to turn in by tomorrow, but because I had all this time, I sat down and I read it, and it was kind of exciting because this client, I actually did a developmental edit and then a copy edit on the work, and it was a memoir. It wasn't super long, about 30,000 words, but it was, like, really inspiring what he was writing about, very motivating. I loved his voice. It was very authentic, very, like, having spoken to him and then read his work, I can tell that he wrote it. It was just the way he speaks and the way he wrote translated really well. And his draft, it was kind of cool when I did the developmental edits. Like, I wasn't harsh, I was just honest, and I gave him, like, I always make sure my feedback when I do a developmental edit is, like, actionable. I want my authors to be able to take my advice and actually follow it, instead of being like, I didn't really like this part, or the middle is kind of like a soggy middle, like there's not a lot of good stuff going on, like, which is the feedback I've gotten, and I'm like, okay, well, like, as an expert in this genre, like, what do you have any suggestions? And they're like, no, you just need to, like, as my students say, just do better. That's what they always joke. Anyway, I always make sure that my feedback is actionable. And so he was like, at the end of the book, he had, like, acknowledgments and thank yous, and he put me in there, which was, like, really surprising. Like, I didn't think I gave, I don't know. Imposter syndrome for me is real. Like, I don't feel, 90% of the time, I don't feel like I am what I say that I am. I know that I'm a good editor. I know that. I know I'm a good writer, but I'm always, like, doubting myself. I don't know why. Imposter syndrome. I'm working on it. Self-doubt, self-sabotage, all of that stuff. I'm working on it. And so seeing those words, like, really, like, kind of made me tear up. Like, oh, wow. Like, he told me in his thing that I took a story that he wasn't happy with and helped him make it something he was proud of. And so I was very touched. Today, the plan is to finish this video, edit, have it uploaded so it'll post tomorrow. And then Chris and I are going to go see Wicked. He bought us tickets to go. Wicked is one of my all-time favorite musicals. I also love the book, the whole series, but I really loved the musical. I've seen it a couple of times live, and I've been very hesitant about going to see the movie because we all know that Hollywood has a habit of taking really good things and not doing the best job. But people have, I know and I trust my sister, a former student who I'm still in contact with, messaged me yesterday and told me they went on opening night and they loved it, that they did a great job honoring the original story and the original version. So I'm kind of excited now, but I'm still a little nervous, and we're gonna go do that today. Also, we're gonna go do that today. And then my office is kind of in disarray. Chris built himself a new desk. Long story short, we finished our basement. My mother-in-law lives down there now in our guest area, and Chris and I upstairs in our house have each our own office now. And, like, when I moved in here, I spent some money. I bought myself a new desk. I bought some decorations, made it a girl office, because for the last 7 years I've been sharing an office with Chris, and felt very boy-y. There was lots of technology in there. Chris is in IT. He's also a computer nerd, and so he like has all the gadgets and all the things, and it was always just very much what I felt like a boy office. And now this feels like a girl office. It's very like, has like nice colors and like very light, very cozy normally. But our desk in there was actually from our old house. We had doors fall off the closet. They were those like hollow core doors, like terrible. The people who lived in the house before us did not take very good care of it, and so there was no way we would had to replace the tracks and everything in the door because they had bent them so much. When we moved in, every single door in the house had been punched or kicked. So like part of the moving in, the people had to either pay us money so we could replace the doors or replace the doors themselves, and they replaced most of them, but for some reason we didn't include the closet doors, so we had to fix the closet doors ourselves, which is fine. But we had used those hollow core doors because the doors themselves are fine. It was the tracks that were messed up. So we had painted the doors a cool like gray sort of look to make them look like a wood desk, and then we've got cabinets that we stuck under and used that as storage for the desks. And that was supposed to be a temporary solution because we were younger then and we were like, strapped for money, and so that was just supposed to be our quick little DIY solution. We were reusing, recycling until we could afford the desks that we wanted. We ended up using those for 7 years, and then they started just falling apart because we have like mounted monitors and like all of this stuff, and hollow core doors are not meant to do that. So we had to fix everything. And so now I have like cabinets in my room that we're keeping so we can put in our laundry room. My office is in disarray, which makes me feel in disarray. So I think after the movie, I'm going to come home and I'm going to organize my office a little bit so I feel more grounded. And then tomorrow I'm going to take time to finish planning out draft 2 of the novel. And then I really want to challenge myself next week. I'm off all week. I got all of my grading caught up and done and entered. We're doing just a very simple Thanksgiving. We're not even doing a real Thanksgiving. We're doing pizza and cranberry salad, and then brownie and ice cream for dessert. Very simple, very low key. But like I don't have any plans the rest of the week. So what I want to do is challenge myself with writing. I don't have editing to do. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but I would love it if most of draft 2 is done. I also don't want to burn myself out. I haven't decided fully yet what I'm going to do because I do have tasks around the house that I need to do as well. But I feel like in that other video, I wrote 8,000 words in like 4.5-5 hours. And that was after editing. If I got up every morning and I wrote for that time, I'd still have all the afternoon to do those other tasks, which would disengage my brain from like thinking about it. And then so the next day I'd come back fresh. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll make the official video as I'm doing it though next week. I don't want to make any promises and then not pull through. So yeah, that's my plan for the today. I hope Wicked is really good. I hope it's as good as people say that it is. Chris and I don't go to the movies a lot because I hate people. I don't hate people. I hate rude people. And I feel like every time we go to the movies, we get stuck next to the people who are like taking pictures, and like one time people were literally talking on the phone during the movie. Like if you get a phone call, go outside. But alright guys, so hopefully that was good motivation for you to try to find some time in your week to write. You don't have to get up at 5 a.m. like I do, and I hope you see that sometimes like it just doesn't go as planned and you just gotta roll with it, especially when you have a full-time 9-to-5 job, I guess we'll call it. Mine is more like 7 to 6. Thanks for joining me this week. I can't wait to see you until next week and what I'm up to then. Alright, bye witches.